Okay, so let's focus now. Phones should be away. If I see them, I'm gonna start taking them and not giving them back.
Oh.
Did you get it charged up?
No.
Who did I tell you to go see?
Mr. Rushmore, but I don't know who that is.
Oh.
The tennis coach.
What happened to my band? On my sleeve? Won't stay. All right. Art gallery gives away small prints valued at $25 for donations of $500, and larger prints valued at $50 for donations of $1,000 and above. The gallery raises $24,000 and gives away 35 prints. Find the number of each size print that the gallery gives away. So, what's the easy equation? Correct. The number of items we got. All right? So, we'll call small ones X and larger ones Y. Okay? So the number of small prints plus the number of large prints is 35. That makes sense? Yeah. That's an easy equation. There's always one like that in the problem. Okay, the small prints go for how much? 500. Because they didn't. Huh?
What's the 25?
That's just telling you what their value is. But they're going for 500. Because they're raising this much money, right? Did they raise the 24,000 by getting 25 bucks or the 500 bucks?
I don't know.
The 500, right? Does that make sense? Great.
We saw like they're worth $25, but they're like marking them as $500.
Well, it's donations. So there are people, the ones that were 25, people are, it's a fundraiser. Okay? So they're given 500 for it. People with lots of money. Okay? So the 500 times the number of small prints plus the 1,000 times the number of large prints equals how much they raised for the art gallery. Okay? So the big numbers got the 24,000, not if they were 25 and $50 like they're supposed to be, they wouldn't have made the 24,000, right? So it was trying to raise money for the art gallery. So there's the two equations. Okay? So find the number of each size print. All right? So when we get our answer, the top number will be the number of small prints they sold, and the bottom number will be the number of large. Okay, so when we go into our calculator, we're going to go second matrix, edit, A. It's a 2 by 2, right? And what are these two numbers? Ones. Did it work now?
Ones on the bottom.
What?
We put the ones on the bottom. Or no?
Yeah, you can flip it. That's okay. And then 500. It depends how you wrote it, which one you wrote first. So there's the A matrix, right? That's the coefficient matrix of our X's and Y's. Right, Trent? And then I get out of there by hitting second quit. And then I go back in and I edit the B matrix. And it's a 2 by 1. And then I put 35 and 24,000. Now, Olivia, if you put the 500 and 1,000 up top, then the 24,000 goes up top and 35 goes up top. That's all. Okay, second quit. And then A, just go second matrix, enter for the A to show up. Inverse button, don't forget that. So the negative 1's there. Then second matrix B, and then hit enter. So 22 of the smaller ones and 13 of the larger ones, does that add up to 35? Yeah. Okay? So, looking at our homework, we did number 1 together, right, already? So let's do number 2. Or maybe we didn't do number 1 together, didn't we? Didn't we do 1 together? Well, that might have been the night before.
I honestly can't even remember.
That was the night before, wasn't it? All right, we'll go back to 1. Sorry. All right, so we've got adult and children tickets, 46 of them, valued at $68.75, and the adult ticket was $2.50. The child ticket is one half that, which is what, Olivia, Wyndham? What's half of $2.50?
1.5.
Very good. $1.25, right? So find the number of each kind of ticket. So the easy question, or easy equation is, we got 46 tickets. X plus Y is 46. So where if you want to go A plus C, just so A is adult and C is children, but it doesn't matter. Okay, the cost of an adult ticket was $2.50, and the cost of a children's ticket, child ticket, was $1.25, and they sold $68.75 for it. So there's my 2 equations. Does that make sense for that one? Was that too hard to understand? Got it? You all right? Done. Cover the nose. Thank you. All right. So the answer is 9 adult and 37 children. Once you put it in, you guys can, once you get the equations, you guys can find the answers, right? Okay. Number 2. This time we got nickels, dimes, and quarters. So how many things is that? So how many equations will I need? 3. And I have 30 of those. Okay, so that's my first equation. The number of nickels plus the number of dimes plus the number of quarters is 30 coins. All of you know the value of a nickel, don't you? Yeah. 5 cents, right? What's the value of a dime?
1.
And the value of a quarter? All right, so you can do it like me or like Ryan said. You can use the decimal points, but for 5 cents, remember, it's 0.05. Okay? And it said that was $3.50. Yeah. Right? Usually when you count money, you stack them together, right? And then you multiply by 5 cents and 10 cents and 25 cents, and then you add it all up, right? That's all we're doing. And since I didn't use the decimal points like Ryan said, I'm not going to use the decimal point for $3.50. I just used 350. Okay? If you use the decimal points, then you're going to put 3.5. You with me on that? So your choice on that. Now, the third equation is just read it. The number of nickels equals, it says the number of nickels is equal to the number of quarters plus twice the number of dimes. Isn't that what it said? Can't you guys write that as you read it?
Yeah.
You guys can do that, can't you? Now, before I do my matrix, what must be true about my N's, my Q's, and my D's? You gotta line up. So what do I gotta do with the Q and the 2D? Bring them over, right? So this would be N minus 2D minus Q equals what? 0. There's nothing there, right? So we put 0. So that's our third equation once everything's lined up. So my A matrix, this time is a 3 by 3.
So are we using the N equals 3 plus
That and this are the same one, Olivia. I just moved the Q over and the 2D over, so everything's lined up. So I can do my A and B matrix. Okay? You can't do your matrix until everything's lined up. Right, Harris?
Yeah.
Okay? Pay attention.
I know.
Okay. All right. So, what's my top 3 numbers?
1.
All ones. You guys with me?
Yeah.
What's my middle 3? 5, 10, and 25, or if you did the decimals, 0.05, 0.10, and 0.25. And then the bottom one? Yeah. And then my D matrix is 30, 350, and 0. And then we do A inverse B. Don't forget the inverse part. And that gives you 17, 4, and 9. So that's 17 what? Nickels.
Nickels.
4 dimes. 9
quarters.
quarters. Anybody have any issues? Sydney? Can you put it in right? Oh, you switched your quarters and dimes in the middle. Right? All right, number 3 is an investment problem. A banker invested $4,500. So what's my easy equation? Yeah, the amount of money in the one investment plus the amount of money in the other is the total investment. $4,500. All right. So we'll just make the 6% the X that came first. What's the other percent? 8.5%. My Y. Okay. So to find interest, you just multiply the percent times the amount of money. That's all. Now, since it's a percent, you don't write 6x, you write what? 0.06x. That's how much interest we made on the first investment. 0.085 times y is how much we made on the second investment, and how much total did we make on this investment? 320. There's my 2 equations. And we get 2,500 and 2,000 when you put that in your matrix equation. What did I say? 2,500 and 2,000, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so the top's 2,500, sorry. So we put 2,500 at 6%. And 2,000 at 8.5%. Yeah, that's up 4,500, right? So we had put in. Are these starting to make a little better sense? Usually the first day is the tough day. After we go through it, second day is a lot easier for you. Okay, Here's a mixture problem. Okay, we went over a mixture problem yesterday, didn't we? I believe we did, with the acid, hydrochloric acid one. All right, so this time we're mixing cashews and raisins. All right, so a grocer mixed cashews worth $3.75 a pound with raisins worth $3.15 a pound to make a 12-pound mixture worth $3.55 a pound. How many pounds of cashews were used and how many pounds of raisins? All right, so the number of pounds, what's this for? The number of pounds of cashews plus the number of pounds of raisins is how many pounds total? 12, yeah. The cost of the cashews plus the cost of the raisins equals the cost of the whole thing. What's the cost of the whole thing when you put it all together? 12 times 355. Mixture problems always have a multiplication part here. That's the part that we usually forget about. We'll just put 355 or we'll just put 12. It's actually, that's how much it's going to cost us. It's going to be 12 pounds worth and it's going to cost 355 a pound. So we know the total cost. So we got to multiply those. Yeah, I can do that. Okay? So when we're done, it's 8-4. So the 8 represents the what? Pounds of cashews, right? And 4 is the number of pounds of raisins. I could eat that. I like cashews.
No, cashews are superior.
Cashews, number 5. Says find the dimensions of a rectangle perimeter 18 if its length is 5 centimeters greater than its width. Okay? All right. So, what's the formula for perimeter? No,
Is that just, length and width?
that's area. If you multiply length and width, that's area. You add up all the sides. So how many lengths are there?
4.
Oh,
2.
two.
How many widths are there? 2. Yeah, 4 sides. Yeah. Okay? So 2L plus 2W is 18. That's just the formula for perimeter. We should know that, shouldn't we? You didn't. You knew perimeter meant distance around, didn't you? No, that's volume. Because there's 2 lengths, you know, if you look at a perimeter, if you look at a rectangle, you got 2 lengths and 2 widths. And perimeters, you know, distance around. Okay? Now, it says that the length L is equals
5 centimeters.
5 centimeters greater than the width. So 5 plus W, right? Greater than? Or W plus 5? So, to get things lined up, what do I got to do with that W? Right, so it's L minus W equals 5. So there's my 2 equations. 2, 2, 1, negative 1 for A. Inverse B, 18.5. Equals 7, 2. Yeah, so 7 is the length, 7 centimeters, and the width will be 2, or 7 meters, not 7. Okay. was saying. If you add all those sides up, you'll get 18 centimeters, won't you?
Yes.
Okay? Okay. 6 and 7 are mixtures. Okay, number 6, the answer is 150 pounds of soybean and 200 pounds of cornmeal. For number 7, we got the 45%, we have 4 kilograms, and the 70% is 6 kilograms, for a total of 10. Number 8, there's 12 $1 bills, 9 $5 bills, and 3 $10 bills. Number 9, there are 7 nickels, 16 dimes, and 5 quarters. And for number 10, they sold 300 regular admission tickets, 120 child tickets, and 80 senior citizen tickets. Any of those you would like me to go over? Mixture 1 again? One of the mixtures? No. One more. Let's do the number 7. Number 7, we got 10 kilograms, and we got 60%. Oh, we're going to make 10 kilograms of 60%. We have the 2 metals we're using to make that are 45% and 70%. So I made the 45% the X, 70% the Y. So if I got 10 kilograms, what's my easy equation?
10 plus 45.
If I got 10, X represents the number of
Plus Y equals
10. Yeah. Remember, X represents the number of kilograms of the alloy, and Y represents the number of kilograms of the other one. So again, an easy equation, an X plus Y one. Right, Danny?
no.
All right, so again, this is just like the investment. It's got percentages. So I don't use 45, I use what? 0.45. Olivia,
What's my answer to number 6?
I'll tell you in a second. And then 0.7 Y or 70. Now, it's a mixture. So what do we say? We got to do what with these 2 numbers? Multiply them together. So it's 0.60 times 10 on the mixture. Okay? So when we're done, then the answer again was 4 and 6. So 4 kilograms of the 45% and 6 kilograms of the 70%. Number 6, Olivia, was 150 pounds of soybean and 200 pounds of cornmeal.
How did you set that one up? Because I don't think I did.
I did S plus C is 350.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how many pounds we had total. And then the soybean was 16% protein, and and the cornmeal was 9%, so 0.09. Did you do 0.9?
And then it would be equal to 0.3.
Well, no, 0.12 times 350. That's again a mixture, you gotta multiply those
Yeah, I.
two together. So that's how you set that one.
That's weird.
Any other questions?
No, sir.
All right, so I got more practice for you tonight, same type of stuff.
Let's go.
Oh, baby.